What is up, badass babe? Coach Holly coming at you with another episode of the Girl Boss Project podcast. And on today's show, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 nutrition mistakes you're making that are sabotaging your progress and making it damn near impossible to lose the weight and get the body that you want. Just a word of caution, I am coming in hot and fired up today because nutrition is my jam, and not so much because I geek out and nerd out on all things nutrition, although yes, that is 100% true, but because this is the area I know you're struggling. This is the area where I know you're listening to all the conventional wisdom. This is the area I know you're freaking frustrated. And I know that for fact because I lived that life for years on years. I was stuck in the same pattern, the same cycle, losing and gaining the same 15 pounds, never making progress. So I want to share with you the top 5 nutrition mistakes you're making. Today's show is going to be super tactical, meaning I want you to take what I'm telling you. I want you to evaluate what you're currently doing, see where you can improve, see where you might be making these mistakes, and start implementing ASAP. Not tomorrow, not Saturday, not Monday, now, today. Because if you're here listening, I know you want to make a change. I know you want to lose weight, lean out, do all those amazing things. I know when you look in the mirror, you want to be like, damn, I look and feel amazing. We can't wait. You need to take action now, today, ASAP. All right, let's get into it. Top 5 mistakes you're making with your nutrition. Mistake number 1. And I'm going to circle back and we're going to go into all of these in detail. Mistake number 1, you're not consuming enough calories. You're not consuming enough food. Mistake number 2 is you are not consuming enough protein to align with your fat loss goals. Mistake number 3 is you are restricting and giving up food. You're sacrificing, you're giving things up. Mistake number 4 is the strategy and the plan that you're following doesn't actually align with your lifestyle. And if it doesn't align with your lifestyle, you're never going to do it long term. And 5th and final mistake is you're not following through. You're not being consistent. And I will tell you that I believe to the core, the only reason you're not consistent, it's not because you're lazy, unmotivated, undisciplined, any of that mental garbage you're telling yourself. It's not. You're not consistent because what you're doing isn't designed to be a long-term strategy. You're not consistent because what you're doing sucks, meaning it's too restrictive. It's not sustainable. You got to give up too many things. And truth be told, I did a lot of those things and I gave up a lot of those things and I sacrificed a lot of my life. And hindsight, as they say, is 20/20. If I could go back and tell myself what I'm going to tell you guys now, I would have been better off. So let's dig in. Mistake number 1. You're not consuming enough calories. Here's the deal. It would be incredible if your body worked like simple math, like 1 + 1 is 2, okay? It doesn't. When you get into a severe caloric deficit, most of you, most of us, when we're trying to lose weight, we need to go into a caloric deficit. I can't tell you how many clients I talk to before they come into the program that they've done 700, 800, 900, 1,000 calorie per day plans. If you are consuming anything less than 1,200, and that's the bare minimum, you need to change that ASAP, because what is happening, the reason why you're not seeing the results that you want, the reason why you lose the weight and when you stop doing what you're doing, you gain that weight plus some, is because you are fucking up your metabolism. You are literally every single day slowing your metabolism, slowing the amount of calories that you burn, basically making it damn near impossible for your body to release fat. You need to consume enough calories to allow your body to lose the weight. And I know that's not what most things are telling you. Most things are telling you to get into a deficit, consume 700, 800, 900, even 1,200 calories. And that might work for a short period of time, but the metabolic damage that you're doing is going to take years for you to recover. And I know for a fact because that's the pattern I got into. And it took me 5 years, literally 5 years, and gaining 80 pounds to recover my metabolism. So when a client comes into my program, I know that she's a chronic dieter. I know that she's chronically dieting, she's in restrictions, she's probably doing a shit ton of cardio, and instead of saying, okay, Sally, we need to drop your calories because you're not losing weight here, we're going to drop those calories so you start to lose weight. No, because that's never going to work, because your body is used to such low calories. We do something called reverse dieting, which is eating more calories. And I know you're like, whoa, if I'm not losing weight on X amount of calories that I'm eating right now, and I add calories, aren't I just going to gain weight? No, like if you want to lose weight, you need to eat more calories. By consuming more food, your body's going to be like, yes, girl, thank you. We can do all the things we were meant to do, like breathe and sleep and think and all these basic daily functions of a human being. You are now giving yourself fuel, calories, to be able to do that, to be able to thrive, and your metabolism is going to start picking up. So 10 to 1, you are not consuming enough calories. You need to look at what you're doing. If you are consuming anything under 1200, you need to stop that shit ASAP, and you need to start increasing those calories. Mistake number two is you're not consuming enough protein to line up with your fat loss goals. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't just want to lose weight on the scale. I want, when I look in the mirror or when I put on my favorite jeans, when I'm going out on date night, I want to be like, yes, like I look good, I feel good. And if you're anything like me and you're anything like my clients, yes, you want to lose weight, but you want to look good naked. You want to look good in the jeans. That's not weight loss. And that's where most women are going wrong. That's why conventional wisdom, all these other programs and solutions and strategies are selling you on weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. You need fat loss. And the way that we do that is, yes, you need to be in a caloric deficit. We talked about the repercussions of being in too low of a deficit in mistake number 1. But if you want to change the shape of your body, not just step on the scale and be like, oh, yep, I'm down in weight, but you want to visually see changes. You want your clothes to fit better. You want to get into lower sizes, all of that stuff. You need to be consuming enough protein to allow your body to maintain that lean muscle and start shredding that fat. Because if you're just counting calories and you're on a super low deficit, and you're losing weight on the scale, I can pretty much guarantee that what you're losing is your lean muscle. As a female, you need all the muscle that you can get. And I promise you, I've been at this lifting game for 18 years. 18 years, been lifting. And I like to lift heavy, and I like to go hard. You're not going to get bulky. You're not going to get bulky. But we need adequate amounts of protein. So my recommendation, there's way more to an individual prescription per se, but is take your body weight and start with 70% of that. So take your body weight and multiply by 0.7, and that's going to be at least an initial starting range for some protein. I guarantee you, most of you, because my clients, when they come into the program and they start phase 1 of our 90-day fat loss accelerator program, when they start phase 1, they have a hard time consuming the amount of protein that I'm having them consume. But if you get your protein up to where it needs to be, I guarantee you, hands down on everything I own, you will start to see results in the next 3 to 5 days. You will start to visually see a change. So we got to get those calories up. We got to get that protein up. Mistake number 3 is you're restricting and giving up foods. That, I don't know about you. I lived that life for years and it sucked. I lived that life for years and it sucked. Because food, it is amazing. I like pizza, burgers, fries. I like food. I like going out. I like being able to enjoy what I'm eating. And if you are giving up, if you are restricting, by and large, we're not going to be able to maintain that. So my core philosophy as it comes to nutrition and as I teach my clients is you need, if you want long-term success, we want to lose the weight and we want to keep that weight off 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 5 years from now. The only way, at least in my book, the only way that you are ever going to have that long-term success is if you learn how to eat whatever you want and get results every week. Because if you could eat whatever you wanted and you were getting results, and when you did eat whatever you wanted, you didn't have that mental trash and BS going on in your head and feeling guilty. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing that. But you ate what you wanted and you are getting results every single week, seeing those visual changes. Would there ever be a reason for you to stop? No. We only stop because what we're doing is too hard for the long term. We're relying maybe in the short term on discipline, on I want this, I want to lose weight, I'm committed. That's awesome and I commend you, and we need still discipline. But if you want to be successful long term, you need to be able to eat anything you want. And you need to be able to do that in a framework that allows you to get results. So you need to do that within a structure that is in line with your fat loss goals, is in line calorically, is in line protein wise. So do not restrict. Do not give up foods. There isn't some magical, these foods are good, these foods are bad list, at least in my book and how I coach my clients. And if you want long-term success, or if you're like, I am just not happy giving up all these things, you need to learn a way to eat all of those. And I can tell you, for me, when I gained 80 pounds and I was 900 calories, I was doing all the shit. I was drinking shakes all day and doing ridiculous programs because I wanted so bad the results. I wanted so bad to lose the weight and get back to who I was a few years before. I was so committed to getting out of that shitty place that like my logic went out the window, and I was just sold on the great marketing, you're gonna lose X in X amount, and I was sold on that. But after a while, when it wasn't working, I said to myself, okay, this isn't working. I'm not happy. I'm saying no to things that I want to do. I'm basically living like a hermit. Or if I am going out and I am doing those things, I'm feeling really guilty, and my mental health is taking is sacrifice and taking a toll. There's got to be a better way. I literally went all in on eating everything, not cutting anything out, and making sure that was in line with my calories, my protein, and my fat loss goals. So quit the restriction, quit giving up. It's a short-term play. It's not a long-term strategy. Step number 4 is kind of piggybacking off of that with your strategy and your plan doesn't align with your lifestyle. I talk to hundreds of women every single month, and the shit that they rattle off that they're doing, I always tell them, I'm like, okay, look, like you just told me that you don't want to cook 2 to 3 meals for the family at dinner. You have kids, you have a significant other, you have a busy job, you have things going on in your life, yet what you're doing doesn't actually match up with what's going to work for that lifestyle. You need your weight loss plan, your fat loss plan, your nutrition plan needs to align with what works for your lifestyle. So if you have kids or a significant other and you don't want to be a slave to the kitchen and you don't want to cook 2 to 3 meals, because I don't know about you, but at the end of a work day, the last thing I want to do, actually, truth be told, is go into the kitchen and cook dinner, let alone cooking 2 to 3 variations. No, like that, you're going to get burnt out on that so damn fast. You need to be able to eat a meal together as a family, or just make one thing and know that whatever I'm eating, I love it, my family loves it, and boom, I'm getting results. So when you're looking at what you're doing, ask yourself, like, does this make sense? Can I see myself doing this in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? And not just because you're freaking committed to your goals, but because you actually like it, you actually enjoy it, and it fits with your lifestyle. If you want to go out on date nights and girls' weekends and do this stuff, does what you're doing fit with that? If it doesn't, you're on the wrong path. Because I'm going to give you a little secret. You can have date night every week. You can go on girls' weekends. You can have wine. You can have pizza. You can have burgers. You can do that and lose fat and get the body that you want. Last mistake you're making, mistake number 5, is that you're not following through. You're not being consistent. Well, I'm here to tell you, girl, it's like literally not your fault. All right? You are so sold out on all these other things that aren't long-term strategies. Like, I quit on everything. I quit. I was searching for that one thing, that secret, I was grasping because I wanted nothing more than to change how I felt. I wanted nothing more than to lose the weight. And I quit everything. I would do it for a week or two, then the weekend would come and I would fall off track. I would do it for a week, weekend would come, and I was stuck in this cycle for like a good 2 years. You are not consistent. Not because you're lazy, you don't have what it takes, you just are that one person, it's not going to work for, none of that crap. You're not consistent because you're not following a strategy that actually works. If you want to be consistent, if you want to get the body that you want, if you want to look in the mirror and be freaking proud, if you want to put on those jeans and feel like a rock star and a badass, you need to be consistent. You need to be consistently executing every single day, day on day, week on week, month on month. The only way you're going to do that is if you have a strategy that lines up with your lifestyle, your work lifestyle, your social lifestyle. If you have a strategy that lines up with that, you will be more consistent. If you do not restrict and cut out foods, you won't hate what you're doing and you will be more consistent. If you're consuming enough protein, you're going to be visually seeing those results. Results breed momentum or excitement. They get you, momentum, and that leads to consistency. It's really, really freaking hard to stay consistent on something if you're not seeing the results. The biggest reason why you quit programs and why I quit and why my clients before they came into my program quit is because you feel there's a disconnect. You feel like there's a gap. The effort, the work, the energy that I'm putting into this, I'm not getting anything in return. So you need to get that protein intake up so you can start to visually see those changes and you're loving what you're seeing and that's fueling you to keep going, therefore leading to consistency. And then you need to make sure that those calories are at a level that your body is going to predictably and consistently release weight, release fat, and allow you to see those results. Because if you're seeing results every week, if you're eating what you want and it works with your lifestyle and it's not a stressor and an added thing to that to-do list, you're going to be consistent. It's not a magical unicorn, strategy and a supplement that's going to get you there. It's eating enough so that you feel energized, you feel amazing, you're seeing the results, you're not giving up a damn thing, you can live your life and see results. That is the top 5 mistakes on nutrition. So I want you to look at what you're doing. Look at the past 3 months, 6 months of what you're doing nutritionally. See where you're making those mistakes and commit to changing that today, ASAP. I promise you, if you look at what you're doing and you make sure that you do the opposite of all the mistakes that I outlined today, I guarantee you in the next 7 to 14 days, you will make crazy progress. It doesn't take long. All the time, I tell you that fat loss isn't hard. Fat loss isn't some death sentence where you have to wait 3, 6, 12 months to see the progress. If you're doing it right, if you're not making these mistakes, you will start to see in 7 to 14 days massive, massive changes. All right, babe, that is what I have for you today. I am going to be back tomorrow with another fiery episode. So make sure you tune in and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out. Happy Wednesday.